Real Raw, let's talk. It's your auntie, your neighbor, your best friend, your homie, your neighbor. We brought some sugar, tea, pretty smile in the building again. And as you see, got some new faces in the building. Got my co-host in the building, JB, L'Oreal.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Ooh, I wish we had hit these buttons.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh. Woo! Ready for DJ parties now. Okay, so y'all introduce our new guests. I have not seen our new guests today before. So let's introduce them. We got Chris. Woo! Please, well, Chris, tell me what you do. Chris, you got many hats. You do voiceovers, photography, camera work, acting.
I have TikToks. I do all stuff above under the sun.
Under the sun. Y'all have TikTok. Check out Chris' TikToks. They are hilarious. They is skyrocketing. Y'all gotta check them out. They is funny as hell.
Info at the end of this podcast on where to find.
Yes, well at the end. So stay tuned so you can see where to find this TikTok set. Okay, and also in the house we got chocolate dropping.
Hey. Chocolate teddy there.
Chocolate teddy. That's what we're going to introduce you the whole time.
That's
Chocolate
cool.
Teddy.
I'll be there.
We got Chocolate Teddy in the house. Melvin.
Happy to be here.
We got Q Dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Show off your shirt.
Go ahead. Yeah.
None of that.
Y'all have a reputation of being very nasty.
I mean, at the end of the day,
y'all got the reputation.
Just get to know me first.
Okay.
No, it depends. It depends.
Depends on the case, I guess.
Okay.
That's gonna walk up to me like, hey, nah.
Q Dog, get him. That's what we be like.
I ain't never been no booty cheeks, so there's no titties. Like,
Look, put together.
Okay.
I mean, it depends how I'm approached. But up until this point, nah.
Situation around.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Ladies know we be like, Q Dog, get him.
They be running. I don't get picked up.
We be over. Get in line. Get him.
Crazy.
Ain't even nobody shorty. Alright, y'all. But today.
Okay, four.
Okay.
That was a strong four.
It's like a shirt cut.
That was a man four. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
You ready to talk about this shit?
Yes.
Get to it. Let's get raw.
We gonna keep it real and
raw today.
Lord Jesus.
This
Straight
man,
here,
he's
I'm
ready
trying
to
to
talk. He got something on his chest.
Yes.
What the song said? I got something on my
This is a
mind.
safe space, so
So
we're all going to try to remain as respectful as possible while still expressing our views.
Yes. There's no right, no wrong. We have grown folks dialogue, grown folks talk. So at the end of the day, we want to get our opinions out there and say how we feel, and it's just what it is. So today our topic is as y'all have heard of, I'm pretty sure, and if you have not, I don't know where you've been because this has been everywhere. So we have a topic today. We want to talk about Terica Williams. Okay, so Jazz, tell them who Terica is.
All right, so if y'all haven't heard, Terica Williams is a recent graduate of FAMU, which is Florida
HBCU.
And pretty much for her graduation photos, she decided to post a new picture of herself in front of the school. And her caption reads, she says, anybody who knows me knows that I've been dressing provocative my whole life. There's a lot of assumptions that have come with me accepting my body. A lot of people question my capabilities and intelligence solely based on how I chose to dress. As I'm standing here with my master's degree at the tender age of 24, which I'm going to just, I'm 32 and still trying to get my master's. So, I mean, that's definitely an accomplishment.
Let's give it to her.
She says, I'm living proof that clothes do not define you. I encourage everybody to embrace their bodies and step outside social norms. With love, Terica Williams. And, so that's pretty much it. Posted a new photo. Y'all probably have to go online to check it. She looks very beautiful. I will say that. I mean, she has a beautiful physique. I'll give her that. But of course, I think the biggest argument as far as, why would she do that? You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, why would she feel like she needed to expose herself to make that point? So I guess before we get into that, Ty, you also done some research on her. So
yeah, I want to break down who. So Terica Williams. Let's break down so y'all at home. So I know sometimes I need to break you down. So Terica Williams goes to a HBCU, okay, historically black college in Florida. Took some graduation pictures, right, for her master's. So she didn't have her master's yet. She was going to get her master's. Okay, let's make that clear because I know there was a lot of confusion online.
And she doesn't have her master's?
No. Okay. She was getting ready to graduate. So she was taking some pictures for graduation. And she went in front of the school, in front of the little logo, you know, with the little snakes. Right. And posed nude, took a little back shot and one for the ground, you know, and took a little photo, okay, ass out, you know, tits up, and took a photo, okay. So, but let me give y'all a little back history of Terica, because I learned something new about her.
She gave us enough back history already.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Okay, but about Terica, okay, so she went on her I think this is on Instagram or Facebook. She had posted that, you know, she maintained a 3.8 GPA. Mm-hmm. Okay, she received a graduate assistant. She was awarded a graduate fellowship. Mm. She became a mentor. Mm. She received a little sister from big sister, little sister. Okay, and I want to say that's not an easy program to get into. Okay, mm-hmm. So she gained thousands of dollars worth of scholarships. Okay. Now, as we know, scholarships do be taken away. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. She also joined the 2% of Black therapists. Okay. So now I thought she was going to school for education. Mm-hmm. So she joined this 2% of therapists. Now she was actually going to school to be a therapist. Is what I looked up. Mm-hmm. Because it showed like her being. I looked up on her Instagram and found out some stuff about her. Like it showed her going on her internship, like her last day of intern. And like she said in her comment, you know, she do dress provocative in all her photos on her social media. She does. She got videos. Okay. And all in her videos, she's just acting just like I'm not gonna say good. She acts just like the norm everyday South Dallas. You know, like, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to call y'all South Dallas people. Dallas. But y'all know when somebody says South Dallas, you know you have a vision of what a South Dallas person is. I'm just saying. Or
where is she from? Is she from Florida, or do you know where she lives?
I didn't look up where she was from, but she on all her videos, it's like she's like this person. She's like, you know, motherfucker, bitch, I feel bitch. Yeah. Okay. And she damn near knew, like, you know what I'm saying, like titties out, ass out, and like, I'm sorry, but what therapy? I'm gonna go. My mom be like, I'm gonna go check into my therapist. Right. I wouldn't take my therapist serious. Mm-hmm. On one hand.
So does she dress like that in those professional settings as well? I think that's another question I would have to ask. Or is that just how she dresses, like in her own kind of time?
In the photos I saw, those were her own time. Okay. I didn't see that interaction. I didn't see that with other people because there wasn't a photo.
Dress codes. I mean, every company organization has some sort of dress code, so I'm sure she couldn't just be dressing like that.
Check this out though. Not only is she a therapist, she is a rapper.
Okay, so she got many hats.
I did not know that. Okay. She is a rapper.
She's trying to do Megan Thee Stallion. She's trying to rap and get her degree.
Dipping her toes and everything.
Got you. Okay.
So I did not know that she was a rapper. Mm-hmm. So I think that played a lot in this too. Because, you know, I'm going to get y'all opinion, but I just want to give y'all a little tea, a little back history about her because I think that was a big deal to find out that she was a rapper because I wasn't expecting that. Right. Because I think that has a lot to do with it. Now, I disagree with her taking the pictures. Okay. For several reasons. I think it was tacky. Okay, like I think that was a bit much. I think we could have made the same.
She looked tacky, or it was tacky for her to take the pictures?
Both.
Ooh.
Okay.
Both.
Ooh.
I think it was
tacky about it, the lighting, or
yeah. Because it was tacky for her to take it is one thing, but to say she
I
looked
don't think
tacky.
the photo's tacky. I think the photo itself is beautiful. I'm gonna give her credit.
That's two separate thoughts. Because I can say you look bad or you like.
What you?
Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Looks bad. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. There was black essence there. I give that. There was black essence there.
I'm not trying to make you give an essence.
No. Because you're right. It was black beautiful there that was there, but it was overshadowed by the tackiness because of how it was presented.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give me
a steak dinner on a trash can.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly
a steak dinner on a what, Sarah?
A trash can lid.
A trash can lid.
That's exactly how that was presented.
Even if it was a steak, it's still presented on the lid of a trash can.
Come on, well, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you. Okay. So the picture being taken was just the wrong
presentation.
Okay, but her in the picture was okay. See, now you flip flopping. You $1 at Old Navy. Like I need.
You gonna stop calling me out when I was like,
I'm asking you a question.
No, like you said, it was.
So you just said you're just looking at the picture. Like if you didn't know the situation, you didn't know what she said, and you flipping through the magazine, and you're just going through Ebony, and you see this picture. What would you say?
And there was and we still had the HBCU in the background.
Well, if you looked at the picture that you saw, and you're going through the Ebony magazine, what would you think of the picture?
Thirst trap.
So I still think it was wrong.
Stand alone.
I still think it's wrong. And I have a question like that for y'all. I brought that up because what makes this different? Because don't Megan Stallion have a degree?
But she's not actively using that degree.
And no, it don't matter.
Right.
Because what makes the difference between Megan Thee Stallion, who dresses like this kind of on a basis, right? I don't want to say thought pocket shoes, but if she dresses like revealing-ish, right? And what makes the difference between her? Or is it because we expect that from Megan Thee Stallion?
Well,
she has
that's her profession.
To me,
that's her profession. To me, it's like she's a rapper, so I feel like that in that particular segment of the industry, that's more acceptable behavior versus if you're trying to actually be a professional, you graduating with your master's degree. If your intentions are to then become a working professional, this wouldn't be a good look. Now, she's trying to take her degree to say, hey, I did it just to show you that I got it, but I'm still going to go into the rapping. Then that may be something different.
But she said she's trying to be a therapist.
She's trying to
Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper. And she's thick. She shows her
still opposed that degree.
Exactly. But she's still thick and a rapper. But this woman over here, taking a picture, half naked, fully naked, in front of a college. Now you're also bringing that type of attention to the school.
Correct.
I agree. It's wrong.
Megan Thee Stallion is bringing that to her.
Correct.
But she knows she got ass.
Right.
So she know people are going to look.
But yeah, that's a good point, though, because even while she's been a rapper and showing her ass, she did obtain her degree. And everybody applauded her for it. So what's the difference what's the difference?
Exactly.
I mean, if you looked at, when somebody says Megan Thee Stallion, you're like, oh, okay, the rapper? Yeah. Right. But then you find out she has her degree. She was trying to spotlight her degree first as the umbrella. You can't be naked under the degree of the umbrella.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to be naked, just be naked by yourself. Hey, but why my school got to be in this?
Go ahead. My question is, so hypothetically, let's say that Megan Thee Stallion decided, okay, I'm done with rapping, now I want to utilize my degree. I think she went for like healthcare administration. If she were to try to switch over to that industry, do you think that she would still face this similar backlash for wanting to then put her degree to use?
She wouldn't be respected.
She wouldn't be respected.
She wouldn't be respected because
the degree wise or the rap. Like I don't know if she's gonna lose her rap credibility because I still be in the car, Captain Hook. Like
okay.
So
you see
that? Like I'm not. If I walk in and Megan Thee Stallion's like, hey, let me get your weight, let me get your blood pressure. I'm like, hey man, like what you doing, bro?
Right.
Like that's not you. Like you still taking your scrubs, but I need you on my radio. I don't need you trying to take my blood pressure.
Okay, but she's qualified though.
I mean, that's cool.
Okay. So why? Okay, let's get back to the basics. So the original reason why she posted this, her initial message she was trying to send across was that clothes don't define you.
Yeah.
And so I guess she's wanting to, because for women in general, I feel like anytime we embrace our sexuality, so to speak, it's always kind of met with that sort of like, oh, they don't respect themselves, or somehow, some way there's not no value there. So why is that? I agree, they do define us, but
when you go to the doctor, you see a white coat, right?
Right.
It defines them. If they came in with a t-shirt and jeans, you can be like, that's not my doctor.
But outside of work. So I'm just, because this could be just her persona outside of work. So what if you knew that your doctor outside of work, if he uncovered under that, he had tattoos all over his body, XYZ, would that make you less trust him?
Nah,
Would that impact his credibility?
Nah, you let me know he's human.
Yeah.
So then how is that any different from there?
Because
You
the
don't like
perception is that when you go into a specific profession, that that profession, you already have it ingrained in your mind, like with the doctor scenario.
Like a social
of the
norm.
white coat.
Okay.
You don't have the perception, it's been ingrained in your mind. You don't go in there thinking that person's going to be wearing a clown suit or anything like that. They're going to be wearing that professional
Saw
white coat.
President Obama walking to an interview with a do-rag on, some jeans sagging,
Right.
and then Michelle Obama come up, she patting her head, and she got flip-flops on, and she popping her nails off.
Right.
You're going to be like, well, she's the first lady.
Yeah, exactly.
But
now, I do agree that clothes do define you. I feel like because, like you said, socially, we kind of have expectations on how a person should look based on, you know, whatever their profession is.
your therapist,
And the term is called professional.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
She's not acting professionally.
You're not going to be a therapist and be naked. Like, you're not going to slide me a card and be like, hey, we need to talk, I'm here, but your titties out.
Right.
Because you want me to take you seriously.
Right.
That's cool. But you have naked on the internet. So now how can I take you seriously and you don't take yourself seriously?
So would this be a different situation? Like, let's say that she wasn't naked, but let's say she was dressed, you know, wore a tight dress, you know, maybe cleavage showing. Do y'all still feel like even with that type of dress, that sort of overshadows a person's intellectual?
It depends on her body. Because sometimes you can't hide.
Regardless, big body, little body, if you're wearing tight fit clothes, you know, I feel like you have a certain expectation of what people are gonna, you know, have to say about it. So,
because a woman she could be a full-figured woman and wear a tight dress, skirt to church. You can't help that, you know.
She has a figure.
You
can't help that. It's one of those that she realizes the body that she has.
Okay.
And where she may not be showing anything, leaving stuff to the imagination, she's still not flaunting what she has.
She covered up. She got a big whatever, but she's still covered up.
Right. If she sits there and she wears that dress, it is now up to the person viewing to assume the imagination.
Now, they'll slit all the way up on your hip.
Correct.
That's something.
Hey, listen,
I feel that, but then I feel like there is sometimes where you have some women that push the envelope. Because I think that, like, in this instance, like, you know, like they said, the first thing she was going for education. And like Jess was saying, you have, you know, with someone who wears tight fitted clothes. Yeah. Like, especially in this day and age, I'd be damned if I have a teacher who is, my daughter's in 8th grade, and I have a teacher who got on these tight ass sweatpants, and you teaching my child, you know, something, but you got on these tight ass sweatpants.
Do y'all remember when that went viral like a few years ago, where the lady was like dressing like in bodycon dresses?
Yeah, it was tight
she was a teacher, and she
see how many teachers are. I mean, I just think that teachers, and not even just teachers, but you have to be. You can't say that it's up to the child to interpret it. And these kids are young, and yeah, they may experience sex at whatever age, and their minds may trigger. But you got to realize a lot of these adults are the ones having sex with the kids. Correct. These teachers are having sex with the kids, not the teachers. The kids are moving onto the teachers. The teachers are moving on to the kids.
True.
So
I live in a hypersexualized society. I will say that. And that's another part I think that maybe we need to address, because we do live in the society where Instagram models is, you know, I think social media plays a part in it too, because everybody on social media trying to be the next one, booties out, they're trying to get the likes up there so they can sell more, make more money. Like, that's the way to sort of become successful in this society based off of, you know, what they're putting out. So maybe from, like, I guess we need to just acknowledge the cultural side of it, you know, where that's sort of like, in certain cultures, that's normal to be like, you know, sexualized in that way. Like, you kind of show yourself in that way.
No.
You don't think so?
No. We can't sit there and singulize.
That's not the word,
yeah.
It's that mind game. Okay.
No, you're going out right here.
Go ahead, Chris.
You can't sit there and just single out one type of culture. Because just because it is okay in one culture does not mean it is okay in all cultures. It may be a small slither of what the whole picture is. If we sit there and give that person a pass because, it's this culture,
right?
Well, then you're just allowing everything else to just fall to the wayside.
But at the same time, in this current day and age, we should be celebrating our cultural differences, not silencing them. So, and not to say that should be acceptable for all cultures, but if that's what that slither of the culture does, then should we be more accepting of, hey, that's just how they may express themselves?
But is that constructive? Does it help people? Does it promote something in a positive way?
Yeah,
Me sitting there showing my ass on live television or anything. If I was to drop my pants on this it's not going to create a positive environment.
Correct. I agree with you on that. So let me just be clear. I don't agree with it either because I just feel like, as especially for Black women, we already have to fight so hard for our self-respect. And I just feel like the world is already looking for a reason to not, even though they already don't. They always just need something to validate probably how they already feel. And to me, that's just adding, it's giving it to them in a way.
If that same picture was taken and put it in a different environment,
it would have been no problem. No problem.
Nobody would bat.
No, that's what I mean. That it's acceptable in certain
situations. She took that and she sent that to her man.
Correct.
If she took a birthday lingerie photo shoot,
a burlesque,
you're like, okay, cool. Oh, I'm proud of her. She's confident. She's beautiful. But when you change your environment and now you're at a school and then you want to promote your education behind that school, and then that school's in your background, it's like you're drawing attention away from you and where your environment is.
Correct. I agree. But and just to backtrack, I do agree that what she did was wrong, but I think that the conversation that she's trying to spark is just as far as how do women express their sexuality without feeling like they have so many stipulations on it. Because like you said, just because a woman is, naked is a little bit extreme, but even if a woman does dress more, form-fitting, like you said, there's a steak on a trash can kind of thing. Like, why is it that our sexuality has to be, demeaned? Especially from a man.
I don't see how it's being demeaned at all. You have, if anything, it is being celebrated.
Okay. You see celebration?
In what? The picture? Or because her comment is bringing negativity.
The comment is bringing negativity because the picture, like we said, it's all about the context. It's all about how she was posting that. She was posting it to somebody privately, or she was just trying to be like a swimsuit model or something like that.
Cool.
Just be provocative.
Right.
It would not, like we said, nobody would bat an eye. Right. But you're trying to put it in an educational. For a person that went to and got a master's degree, right?
Has she got it?
Yeah. She hasn't gotten it yet. For a person that's going for education, she should have been a little bit smarter to know this kind of backlash.
This could affect you getting this master's that you already proclaimed.
Right. Correct. And we have.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No, I want to ask another. Well, because I want to just ask the question from a different perspective. So let's say that a woman, because some people maybe have to strip to work their way through school. You know what I mean?
So do you feel like? Listen, that physics book was
okay. But in truth, though, in that situation where you have women that maybe have to, go through that to pay their way through school, but now that they graduated, they want to work in their profession. Is society treating them the same way because they've done that?
They wouldn't know because they didn't post a picture.
Or somebody knows that they go to the club. They get on social media. They put them on blast. Oh, you used to be a stripper back in the day. I know. People don't let you.
She got the same picture with the dean. Yeah, I was. With your ass.
I know a lot of people that were doing a lot of things that they're not doing anymore, and I can't base how I feel about them now on what they were doing. Because I might be the only person that knows that. Like, I have friends, associates, you know what I mean? It's like you used to not be on this side of the law, and I saw it.
Right.
I walked in on it, and I had to remove myself. You know what I mean? I can't be around that. That's negative.
Okay.
But I can be, you used to sell weed back in college.
Right.
That's how you pay for your books. And now he's a lawyer.
But some people may still hold that against you because in this world and age, it's like no matter what, like the past always comes back to haunt you. Like you see celebrities, they might post something 10 years ago you know, they probably could have grown so much from that, but because it's become known, they'll still just drag you and cancel you like you wrote it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, public opinion is horrible.
I think that's society in general. I don't think that's even just a celebrity thing. I think that's us as people. Correct. Because think about it, that's even when we get with people in situationship, in friendships, in life, in anything. Once anybody has done us any wrong, and I think anybody in this room can relate. Let any type of relationship you've been in, when that person's done something to us, and we go tell some family member, no matter how good that person has done us over and over, no matter how good they've done, that can't erase the bad that they've done, all that negative that they've done. That family relative is just gonna know them as the bad that they've done. They can't erase the bad. They can't erase that. And that's all they're gonna see.
Okay, that's true.
It's kind of the same thing. That bad reputation. Years can go by. They may just be cordial. Right. Exactly. The relationship is just gonna be cordial. It's never gonna go back to the original stance.
She's gonna be a therapist, and somebody's gonna walk in.
But now, is that her problem or is that society's problem? Because I just feel like, I feel like a lot of things that we accept as being the norm, maybe she's trying to challenge, but you did say redefine social norms. So although we may see, okay, if my doctor don't come in with a white lab coat, he may come in with jeans and a shirt, that may, socially, I'm expecting one thing, but why is it that way? Why is it that way?
I feel like it's a bigger picture, and this is why I say why, because I kind of thought about it on a deeper level, and I feel like a lot of people are not looking at it. I feel like we're looking at it on the surface level, and I feel like I looked at it like that. Okay. I kind of went a little bit further. I feel like that there's companies, there's businesses, there's donations, there's donors that donate to these HBCUs. And I feel like, that's HBCU? ABUs? What? The college. Wine and nothing on the stomach right now, okay? But I feel like there's businesses that apply money upon people that donate to these colleges. So that, who's to say who wants to be associated with these type of, pictures, photos, nudity, or anything?
So let me ask you this. So what is the message that's sending? When a woman does decide to maybe be more revealing with her body, what message does that send to society, or the ones that think it's a problem? What message does that send?
She's on.
Let's look at the stigma that it puts already on us black people.
But what
that we already have.
What's the message that it's sending though? What by her being naked, what message is being sent?
Even yourself, you're still associated with a stripper, right?
Right.
Look at that already. You associate with a stripper, so that's already an attack. So,
well, what's wrong with being a stripper? Let's take what does society feel like is wrong?
If you want to sit there and try to change a viewpoint, what's wrong with being a stripper?
What's wrong with it?
It's an occupation.
Is it the respect factor is it that we need to learn how to respect people regardless of their profession? Because at the end of the day, pole dancing is a skill. I've been watching P Valley. Pole dancing is a skill. Bruh, it's not just sitting around shaking your ass. Pole dancing. It's just like dancing. There's other forms of dancing that I feel like are more socially acceptable, but stripping is not. And some strippers don't even have to take off their tops.
And they don't.
They really don't.
But even still, regardless of what's happening, because it's that label that society has put, we already have our predispositions about what that means. So I guess we need to be reevaluating why do we have these in place to begin with.
Because of the context, because of the place and location. You are not going to be a stripper swinging on your pole on the steps of the Senate.
So again, it's not so much that. So you said that a woman can be able to show herself, but just in different contexts.
Correct. A time and a place.
Okay.
Exactly.
You can be self-expressed, but it's where you self-express and how you self-express.
Correct.
You're not who makes these rules though? But who makes these rules?
Society.
Your morals, your character, yourself. Like you're not finna go in the church house naked. Even if you was finna do your own business, that's why they say shirts and t-shirts and shorts you're not going to service.
Right.
It's like it should be a first nature first thing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not finna sit here and have nobody's gonna take you serious in this world.
Okay. You go in the club. I'm not saying you, but say you go to the club, you're dancing, you're doing your thing, You start, gyrating, twerking, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A man comes behind you. You just having fun. You throwing all types of ass on him.
Right.
All right. The lights come on at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you see it's your pastor from church.
Oh!
You go to church. You're talking about the Lord is good. You be like, wait. Because I was just throwing ass on you last night.
Okay.
And he gonna look at you and be like,
The flesh is weak.
Not here.
not here.
Not here.
So does that take away everything he about to say through Matthew, John, and Luke?
Real.
Well, it may not take away from his message, but to me, I would question the messenger. But
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Exactly, because if you sat there and let's go kind of a little extreme with it.
Okay.
Let's say this girl took that same exact photo right at the 9/11 monuments,
Right.
that they have dedicated to those sort of the people who lost their lives. Would she still be looked at in a positive light?
Correct.
Because it's
Definitely not.
distasteful. Because in our minds, our subconscious minds, we do not associate that school, that place in New York.
Yeah.
We do not associate that with nudity or sexuality.
I can understand.
Right.
But my follow-up question is, so she didn't do that. She was fully dressed in her graduation photos, but people that maybe follow her on social media see that other side of her where she's just hanging out with her friends. She's expressing her personality. She might have grew up in the hood and that's how she has fun. That's just who she is. Do you still feel like that the world would respect her just the same? Because to me, I feel like even though she did the photo, which I do think the photo was wrong, I still feel like that the bigger question is still at play. Because even if she didn't do it at the school, the way that she dresses, regardless of where she is, whether it's just out and about in her neighborhood, shopping at a grocery store, if people see her in that way in the community, they're going to have those same sort of judgments about her. If she goes to work and she has on her lab coat for, the 9 to 5 that she there, she get off, and then if she from 7 to 10, she want to wear something that may be a little bit more revealing, and somebody happen to see her, it's going to be the same.
I disagree. Because look at Kim Kardashian. Look at who else? Tonight, look at all them. They take. I ain't gonna say Smiley.
Yeah, take her back. Don't
I know.
You came for the wrong person.
I did. I know.
No
But look at Kim. Like they still have, they still dress explicitly, and they still, work or whatever the case may be, and still post their pictures, and still have followers, and still get talking about all that.
But society doesn't respect them. Kardashian, society don't respect them at all.
They still got million followers.
Correct. That's the bottom line. Because it's about morals. If we still taking it back to morals and how we should respect ourselves as women, they're not respected based on society standards.
Choose the profession you want to do. Do you want to be a stripper or do you want to be an educator?
Okay. And you're saying that you can't have, so a teacher can't outside of work be dressed provocatively or maybe have,
She sure can.
But
They're a real profession.
Exactly. The profession that is paying the bills is the one that you need to focus more on.
Is there any redemption?
What if the stripper's paying? What if stripping is paying her bills?
Correct.
Well, then, what other occupation are you going to be sitting there?
I think the other
you only work at night.
I think too that she's 24. That plays a big factor. I think she's 24 and she's young.
She's making the mistakes.
When I was 24, and
will she be redeemed? That's the question. Or will society hold that over her head?
No, society is.
They'll forgive her because they're like, you're just young and dumb.
I mean, they may forgive her, but I definitely think, even look at it now, we're not focusing on her getting her master's. We're focusing on the fact that she's naked.
Right. She don't have her master's.
Right.
Right. But look, we're not talking about that either. We're talking about the fact that she's naked.
But then on the flip side, if she just posted, hey, I'm graduating with my master's, it would have made no news. We don't celebrate when black women are making those accomplishments without getting naked. It's almost like you have to get naked just to get attention.
And that's crazy.
But in 10 years, we're not even going to be talking about this. This is not even going to be an issue because we would have progressed even further
to something else,
to something different.
Somebody else naked,
correct,
in front of another school
or monument or something.
Yep. All right, what you got? Come on.
And another thing too that I found out too, which I kind of didn't know, which I thought was so the HBCU schools actually was created for black people to because we weren't accepted in these other colleges.
True.
So because we were different. So that's why these were created for us and for her to go do that. I don't know if she, kind of knew that. Like you're now you step into a whole nother realm. Right. Of things, and it's just like I think that was like a contradicting moment.
Mm-hmm. So what's the consequence of her actions?
Correct.
Still get investigated.
Should she? I mean, because to me, at the end of the day, she was still naked in public. I think that's some type of you can't be naked.
Well, that's the big thing. If she gets so that's a crime, and then the crime is sexual assault, and so you will have to be
sexual assault.
To be naked?
No, it's
technical.
To be naked in public? I guess if somebody else can see it and get offended, kind of thing. Because if I expose myself,
no, I would say decent exposure.
Yeah, public indecency.
If I go and I'm peeing outside.
Yeah.
And a cop drive by, I can be hit with being a sexual predator, and I'll not have to register as a sex offender because my name was out in public.
That's popping a whole nother cap on a whole nother.
And that's crazy, right? I had to pee. My bladder was full. Right. Now I'm a sex offender.
Wow.
And again, you hear sex offender, you're like, what?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't know that all I was doing was peeing outside.
Right.
After a drunk night.
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
It's a label. And now,
that's very true.
If a man comes up to you like, hey, and then you look him up, he's a sex offender, you're not asking no questions.
No questions.
Right.
I don't believe you if you told you
I have a child.
Right.
I'm not letting you nowhere near me.
Yeah.
Right. All I was doing was drunk and I was peeing outside. Man, whatever.
Exactly. They ain't hearing none of
you heard sex offender is gone. Now I can't live within schools, whatever. And that's crazy. All because I had to pee. I love God. I go to church, but because I had too many Long Island iced teas, now I'm a sex offender.
And that's probably a lot that needs to be revisited.
Yeah. But I think they're trying to see if she's not going to walk or if she.
That's wild.
Because it'd be for that reason.
Yeah, or take her to.
I mean, regardless, she did the work necessary.
Can you take the diploma because I was naked?
Exactly. It's just like when in high school, you sit there and you do something silly at the very end when you're walking the stage where they're like, we're going to hold your diploma. It's like, that's stupid.
Exactly.
Just give them the diploma, let them go on.
That's so situational. I feel like if you're in a 5-year relationship and you do something wrong once, it shouldn't take away the fact that you were a good man for 4 years, 11 months, and 22 days.
Unless you get your ass out of here 5, 6 years like that. Cheating you gotta go.
Okay.
Unless it's you. And then,
you cheat. I don't do.
So if you're the cheatee, would you want?
Count me out. I should go. Yeah, I don't care. I don't.
You say that now. We're not gonna talk about it.
You know what?
That's a different topic.
We're gonna stick there for next time. But I think that she should definitely not be able to walk because I feel like.
Oh, why are you taking it away from her? Why are you taking it away from her? Why are you taking
based on her breaking the law by doing
No, I don't think she should get charged with the crime.
Okay, but
she should still get her diploma.
You said she should be able to walk.
But just take away the walk.
That's a big thing. That's a huge thing.
Okay, it was a huge thing for her to go up there and show her
That's messed up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge, big ass thing. You feel good far more punishment.
But who was around her? But who was around her when she took
her photographer.
That's it. And who else?
In the whole fucking world now, because everybody knows.
I mean, that's
what's the picture at night?
And that you posted, you press enter on.
Mm-hmm. You can't take away her ability to walk.
Why?
Because that.
Now you're starting to trend. Now you didn't even focus on your.
Now you're making it deeper than what it is, though.
I have not.
Because if you're going to do something.
No, you made it deeper than what it was by emphasizing your ass.
If you're doing something positive, right? You specifically, you're doing something positive. Mm-hmm. You're a great mom. You're a beautiful person inside and out, right? Okay.
I appreciate it.
Right now, look. Now you're about to graduate from wherever.
I'll give you one.
But okay, cool. You're about to graduate. Somebody comes out and finds a picture that you posted on a site.
Long time ago.
And they take your ability to walk away because you posted that. Do you think that's fair? You spent 3 years. I was at your apartment. We were doing flashcards, all types of stuff. You didn't pass all your tests. The only thing left you got to do is walk. But because a picture popped up of one of your blankety blanks out, now I was like, oh, you can't walk. And you're like, what? That was 3 years ago. I was a freshman. It was amateur night at the strip club.
You know what else coming back?
But I think it's more so her not being able to walk because of the fact that she did it at the school. I think that's probably the reason why they're not letting her walk because she did it at the school.
I am.
You're not being fair at all.
I'm sorry.
Any skeleton that gets exposed out of a closet that you had closed, it wasn't up to you. You cannot take your ability to walk and celebrate you because somebody else didn't want you. Like,
I get that, but that's not this incident. She posted that. I feel at the least,
so
not
she can't walk, but she can get her diploma.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Because you're still receiving your degree.
But why can't she walk?
That's the least. That's the smallest.
But what is the walk? Taking away the walk gotta do?
You're still getting your diploma.
But why can't she walk then?
Yeah.
You're saying she shouldn't be able to walk, so why are you saying that?
So she can't walk, that means she shouldn't get a diploma either.
Okay, legs. These some you paid for. Which one would you rather take away?
Neither. I'm saying why would either one have to be
I'm
taken?
just if you're
So
gonna
she
take
should get
away,
no consequence whatsoever.
no.
If there's any legal laws that were broke, then maybe they should look into that.
Legality, yes. But
She
you're
could
saying
get the fines.
Oh, fine.
you said don't walk. But what's the difference between not walking and not getting your diploma in your head?
In my head,
yeah.
Because you're actually still receiving your diploma. You're actually still getting your. You're actually still getting your.
So if you're gonna take
what does the walk mean to you?
Yeah.
And why do you feel like that?
You're crossing the stage.
You don't.
So then, what difference will it make if she walks and don't
If you
walk?
take her walk away, then take her diploma away.
Why?
It's
Why
the
take her walk
same
away?
thing.
The walk is just you're walking.
So then let her walk.
Her diploma is just a piece of paper.
Let her
No,
walk.
that's not.
We're gonna play
That's
devil's
what the
advocate.
team
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Why let her walk? Because it's just a walk. Why does it mean so much?
It's a recognition for your accomplishment.
But that's what the degrees for.
Thank you. That's what I don't
They
understand.
go hand in hand.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You know what happens when you walk across the stage?
Yeah, you step.
You
step, and wow, your family's reporting
You get recognition
When
from
you
your
walk across
peers,
the
from your
stage,
family, from
you
the
get
you get
your
from the
face,
dean of the school. Correct.
They come together.
Why do you need
But
that
hey, when you go,
phrase?
hey, excuse
We're
me.
not-
You're not
Hold on,
gonna
we're back on the play.
You're not gonna yell at me.
When you go, I'm not sorry. But when you go to your interviews, are they you finna play these what you cross the stage with, or do they want your diploma?
So that means
What they finna hire you with?
so we together. We've been together 3 years. I propose. You wake up with.
There we go. We going to the courthouse instead of having.
Stop.
Okay. That's where we going.
Or I'm not waiting for you to propose. That's stupid.
Okay, too.
Cool. Thank you. Maybe 2.5.
6 months on.
Cool. But you wake up. There's a ring on your finger.
Okay, that's cute.
No, a dozen.
Breakfast.
But what I'm saying is, so it's okay that I didn't propose as long as you got the ring.
Right. Because, I mean, a ring is a ring.
Ring is a ring.
I'm just saying, you walk away with a ring on your finger, but you know you got a sweet, loving man that takes dates and does flowers and rose petals, but it's okay.
Don't be trying to serenade me.
It's still a formality.
You said it's a formality. You want me to get on my knees and propose because I'm the man, you're the woman, and I love you. But it's okay for you to wake up with the ring on your finger. I'm going to go, this is my wife now. Right. There's no proposal video. You didn't get cute. I didn't get your nails done. I don't got your favorite head.
Come on.
We tag team.
Okay, because I got his back on his
So what do you value more, the ceremony or the actual result?
I value what she loves and what she wanted and she's been waiting on because she knows the man she's with. But
Which
what you're
would
taking
be that ring, aka the degree.
There's no woman, maybe 85% of women want that proposal. They want that to be recorded so they can watch that back.
Yep.
Because all he did was get one knee dustier than the other one. He opened up a box and said, "Will you marry me?" But that small 30 seconds means so much.
But when I go to the divorce court,
You're not divorcing. You're
already getting divorced.
You're not divorcing.
But he makes a good analogy
when I go to the divorce court, what's leaving? It's not the proposal that's gonna keep us together. It's the ring.
Well, I was more related to instead of the proposal. I related to more about whether or not you have a wedding ceremony versus just going to the courthouse and getting a ring. Like to me, that's what I'm compared it to. Because at the end of the day, you still getting the paperwork saying you legally married, but did you have a ceremony to celebrate
We
with your
didn't
family?
put no two stands together in one bottle.
Yeah, that's a memory. That's a moment.
You know what it is.
Yeah, that was the analogy. But anyway, it was a good one.
I do feel like, you know.
Oh, I don't feel like she should have a ceremony taken.
Yeah, me either. I don't think so either.
I mean,
I feel like that the way that society's going to treat her is going to be her punishment enough.
Right. Society, and maybe just the fine for the indecent exposure. You know.
So let's start a credit off bad?
Well,
I mean, she's got the degree.
For her professional
she's got to
credit,
be able to pay it off.
Her professional credit, I feel like is what's going to be more the consequence.
Yeah.
So let's do the typical thing that brings black people down. Let's look up.
Education would tell you that that's going to happen.
She can afford it. You don't know what her income is. She probably can afford the fines and fees.
Exactly. She may have gotten a
I'm just
fantastic
saying
job.
that I feel like her punishment is going to be the impact that it's going to have on her. If she wanted to actually go into those professional fields, that's when she's going to deal with a lot of her consequences. Because everybody saw it, employers saw it, hire recruiters saw it. So that's going to be something she's going to have to be able to explain her way through.
And
you know,
that
that's going to be her
price tag.
Exactly. And at the tender age of 24, she's going to learn exactly what it is to be in the adult world now, because you've been in college, you've been in school for this.
She can't go nowhere in Florida.
No, because I think that if they don't take action, I think it's just going to be another. We're going to be waiting for another university to wait for the next one to do it again.
She can't go nowhere.
I've heard, but another HBCU.
She can't go nowhere in Florida.
Say, oh shit, so then after I can get away with shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I think at the least she shouldn't be able. She still should have a diploma.
She can't go nowhere in Florida.
Still taking away the walk.
Because again, that whole walk and her getting her degree, to me, that's a separate situation at the end of the day. Now, unless she somehow violated some sort of school laws by doing that maybe prevents her, if there's somewhere in the fine writing, then
she's on school property. She purposely used the the snake logo.
But does that violate policy? What policy does that violate though? At the end of the day, you have to show me. Yeah, that may be something. If it's something they can prove based on our code of conduct.
Technicalities. You don't know that I took it on campus. This is Photoshop. Like, how is the proof? Like, she didn't get caught. She posted a picture.
Okay.
So now it's like, okay, well.
To me, it's just, unless, like I said, there's something in the code of conduct that she violated where they can say, hey, based off the code of conduct that we agree with, you can't walk because of this, that's one thing. But if they don't have anything to hold her to it outside of them just not socially wanting to accept it, they can't stop her walk. Let her walk, get her degree. And like I said, society she gonna have to learn when she realized getting into, like you said, the adult world, what it's really
she
like.
can't go nowhere in Florida and be a therapist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you?
Right.
I got you. You on my screensaver.
I feel that.
But okay, so then let's get back to the topic real quick, because I do feel like a big part of, the reason why women are so pressed to be openly sexual is because I feel like with men, y'all try to tell us too much about what we can and can't do as far as our sexuality.
First of all,
so you're overcompensating in a way. What you're saying.
To some degree, I feel like that's what's happening with this society and coming up right now, because to me, us being able to show ourselves sexually, that's like what feminist is like. That's our freedom now. We have the right to do it. That's sort of, I don't agree with it, but I feel like that's where that's coming from. This kind of behavior is being able to show my body and it be okay, because y'all get to, degrade us and do all this, and y'all get to do whatever, and there's no kind of consequences for men. But if women try to do something similar, like I said, it's an overcompensation. But I still feel like they're trying to prove a point. I don't agree, but I feel like that's the message.
That if a man sends his private parts to a woman and she reports it,
I should have did that.
It's a crime.
I should have did that.
It's like a sexual. It's a crime.
Correct.
When there are consequences for stupidity.
Correct.
Okay.
And I do feel like sometimes men don't be thinking about that.
Okay.
And I have homeboys. I'm not gonna lie. That be like, hey. I sent her what I was working with, let her know, like, this is what I got. And it's like, okay, cool.
Did she ask for it, or,
Yeah, did she ask for it?
She got the receipts.
Yeah, and you can't unsend it. First of all, I need you to learn how to... I need you to realize how to delete messages. But that's another... Once you send it, it's there.
It's done.
And let's be smart. Like... 2 of her homegirls got your dick right now.
Right. And it's disrespectful. Especially if you ain't packing, why you sending pictures?
And then it's ashy. Like, listen, we gotta... This is what you want to do.
Do not send no little dick pic. Y'all know y'all think do not send no pic.
Or brag.
That's disrespectful. I'm just not to shame no
There are consequences for stupidity.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, a lot of women aren't versed on that to be like, oh, this is unsolicited, but it can be sent and reported, and then I don't know if it's pornography or child is something.
It's something.
And it's literally like it's against the law. If she wants to. Now, some women do that. Look, But it's also how the response. Because if I send something to you and you love it, or you send me the drool emoji back, now I think it's okay. So now I'm gonna send it to her too. Because if you liked it, she liked it.
Okay. That's fair.
I got a question. Do y'all think that the situation would have been different if it was a male?
What, like going naked?
A man would never do that.
Like showing what though?
If instead of Terica,
A man would never do that.
I'm gonna disagree with you. And I'm going to throw out a controversial.
But there's a lot.
I think a gay guy would do it.
And I think he would have been supportive.
Well, that's a different kind of conversation then. And we almost at our hour mark. So I don't know. That's a different conversation.
We've at part 2 and 3, honey.
Again, it's about those social norms and what's already in place.
The way that LGBT is on the move right now, I honestly, and I love y'all LGBT, ABCDQ, I love y'all. But I definitely think, thank you, what's the difference? Well, it's not at school. It's not at school.
Professional shoes.
Exactly. And if somebody's there, he put it on for big dudes.
Yeah.
On the front of ESPN.
He's older.
He's put
I love it.
Exactly. But had he been in front of UTD, the comments talking about you can catch this one.
They would have called him a predator. They would have called him all man.
But because he got a baseball in his hand, he's making $250 million over 4 years. Okay, we're gonna let it slide. It's a body issue, it's cool. But because she is in front of a school and the school is in a camera, okay, cool. We're gonna degrade her. But he cool. I can keep swiping through. There's a whole bunch of naked men on these covers.
But here's the thing. I would say, going back to what I was saying, I think a gay guy would do that. You're saying a guy wouldn't do that? I'd say a gay guy would do that.
But what if it was a celebrity? What if it was a normal, average person like Terica? Let's say that, like you said, if it was a LGBT representative person or whatever that was happened to be at an HBCU, and it was a man, or but do you think the same outcome?
No,
I don't think
again, the standards of women are different. Regardless, I feel like we just have a different standard,
and it's not fair. It's not fair, but it is different. There's a double standard when it comes to men and women. A woman's supposed to be classy and beautiful and covered up, and as soon as she's not, she a hoe.
Right.
But it's not bad when it's in the four walls of your house. As soon as it's outside on a corner in front of a university, now she's promiscuous.
Correct.
But if she flips it and like, well, why is your name in my inbox? Then what you gonna say?
Right. But I do think, just overall, I feel like I don't agree with it because I do feel like I said we already got so much against us already, and I just don't think that was adding a positive light to us. But I do understand, what she was trying to get at. I don't think she just went about it in the right way.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that just
I see your vision, but it's foggy.
Correct. I think it's the vision of a young person. And they see only so far.
Yeah.
They don't see the big.
Your car insurance hadn't even you haven't got the decrease yet.
And everybody can say that because 24-year-old me and 32-year-old me, we got some arguments, we got some conversations. What were you thinking?
What was you doing?
I just feel like as us as a society, maybe we should be reevaluating how we treat these type of situations. Because I feel like a lot of people just judge before they actually try to understand and then try to correct. I feel like people just jump to the judgment. Yeah. And I think that that's probably going to be more detrimental than her posting this picture. Because she is still, like I said, she did her work.
She got the opportunity age.
Yeah, and I feel like that society plays a part into like where she is, her generation. She made to see the world a little bit different. And,
but here's the thing, if I may interject for just a moment, is that this will be her introduction into adult society, into professional society. This is like, okay, great, fine. I posted something that I was trying to make a statement. Boom! You now have lost the majority of your clients.
Correct. But why is that though? Like, if there a redemption? So what if she came out 6 months later and said, "Y'all had time to think about it, reflect. I understand why I did what was wrong. XYZ. Society don't care. Society's still gonna treat her just
Society's going to let you know that that's not acceptable in our eyes, and so you will now have limited access.
She would only feel that way if it didn't blow up. But if you got 50,000 people that think you look good with your ass out and snakes on your lower back,
correct,
and that's all they're looking for.
And that's her audience, though. But that's who she
50,000 people.
She may blow up. She may have fantastic,
but they ain't reaching out for no damn therapy work. ain't reaching out for no goddamn therapy.
I know 50,000 people were not like, I find this very beautiful and classy.
I need depression. I got depression. Can you help me out?
Exactly. And wear that thing you wore in the photo.
But even still, okay, but I'm gonna just try to reword it a different way. So she's done this. We all see it. We all know what she did. So let's say hypothetically, she is your therapist. She got the credential. She got the experience. Why can't she be your therapist?
She can, but she can't think that everyone that comes in there
is going to be there for no purpose.
So what would they be there for then? You saying that now because she's done that? Well, what is she opening up what's the? I guess I'm trying to figure out. So even if so, this is her outside of work, whatever it may be. But in work, she's professional. She got on, her white robe. She's going by the book. She's following all the rules. She's great at her job. What is it that is going to stop her from being a great therapist?
Because you did some bullshit like that.
But why?
Okay, cool.
Go deeper. But why? Why? If you needed help, you mentally going through some stuff, you need to talk to somebody, and she don't leave therapists in your area to accept your insurance, you go talk to her. Why would you decline her if she has all the credentials?
This was an immature move. This was, to me, this was some immature shit.
So you saying that's a reflection of her intelligence?
Right.
Okay.
Because this was a clear youngin' bungin' and...
A teacher is caught on video sleeping with one of the students.
That's different, because she violated the code of conduct and she violated the
code of conduct. That's some shit.
Okay.
She's sleeping with the student. She's doing all type of ungodly things.
Right.
He catch her on video. Alright. She's a teacher at the school. It gets exposed. All the seniors, juniors, like, oh, Miss Smith got that fat, blah, 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 blah.
That's different, but go ahead.
And now she known at the school, everybody want to take her class now.
She ain't gonna have no job. That's against the law. That's a different situation.
Fine. Now she moves schools.
She should be in jail. She's school. She going to jail. She going from the schoolhouse to the jailhouse. No,
she's teaching all inmates.
No, that's still school. That's still a student at that school. She can't do that. No, that's different. Like, to me, like I said,
what if it was college instead of high school?
Yeah, well, but there's still codes of conduct.
But you can't tell me I can do my professor. I'm a grown man.
Is she your professor or is she a professor at school?
Either or.
Where you going to tie your wig up?
Conversation's getting raw.
But I guess for me, I just think that, as society, we need to be more forgiving of when people make
And my thing is, she grabbing her ankles right here. You know what's above that photo.
Right. I don't know. I'm looking at some of her.
Most people are going to sit there and tell her, turn around.
Right.
Exactly.
Fair. That's fair. Like I said, I'm not against.
She put herself in a sexualized situation. She allowed herself to be
and then expect not to be sexualized.
Exactly. And then she wants people to sit there and say, hey, no, I'm a professional.
Correct.
No, you're not a professional because you decided to do this.
Hey, okay.
Exactly.
I got it. Touche. Well, we'll see how this one goes, but I do hope that, if she does understand why she did what she did wrong, that society is forgiving of, like I said, a 24-year-old mistake. Because, she does have the mental capability, so we know that she's capable. But, like I said, maybe she does, in certain areas, probably just needs to mature a little bit.
I think it's one thing for her to post
everybody can do.
I think it's one thing for her to post it. It's another for someone else to post it of her. Because that was out of her control.
That's true, too.
That was a private moment.
Right.
And it's like if we're in it together and you like, hey, babe, I missed you. You're on a business trip and you sent me a little something.
Right.
And then I sent it to him like, hey, look what my baby just sent me. Right. And then he posted.
That's
you didn't post that.
Right.
So I can't look at you. Yeah, I can't look at you like, oh, you promiscuous. No. I miss my man. I was trying to show him.
Right.
And then it got turned into, now I'm on the internet. Like,
right.
But,
exactly.
I mean, and granted, you have that maturity to understand, but I just feel like society in general, is it?
We're going to talk about that.
Let's not go into the stuff. But I just feel like that, even just to touch on that, so he just raised the point of what if somebody else had posted that of her and she didn't post it herself, would the response be different? And I just feel like to a certain degree, no. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, society is just so judgmental. And like, I don't feel like society has the room because society fucked up. I'm like, who is society to judge? Just because y'all know how to hide y'all shit better don't make y'all better. Yeah. People just know how to cover their shit up. And I just feel like,
That's why women cheat better than men.
No, but that's the same.
I'm throwing it out there.
That's the same real shit though, because at the end of the day, I don't think people realize at the end of the day, though, nobody got no heaven to put nobody in.
Correct.
And I think that's what people don't be realizing. Like, no, you ain't. Anyway.
Oh, but she does dress kind of. I see what you mean.
See.
Look, it's on Facebook and Reels.
But Instagram is raising this generation. Instagram is raising them. Everybody want to be
TikTok,
famous.
Snapchat.
You know,
disappear. I'm gonna send you
everybody want to claim their body positive.
You get screenshot. You can.
But just because you body positive doesn't mean that just show it all. There's a time and a place, and have respect for yourself. Like just remember that if you.
But does it mean she don't respect herself to show her body?
Exactly.
That's another question.
What?
Does the woman showing her body mean she don't respect
$5,000 a night in Magic City doesn't mean you don't respect your body, but somebody else respects it a whole bunch more? I'm gonna get that money.
No, I don't think it means that. I think she does respect her body. That's why she didn't pose, like front facing.
Right.
Because she does respect her body.
But you say yourself you want to let your daughter dress like that.
I would not.
But you said she has respect for herself.
Because it is the fact that it is in a educational setting.
Okay. So Chris has got the context. He said, I can look
Correct.
at
That doesn't speak to her father.
magazine. I just don't want to see it in front of my daughter.
That pose does not speak to how her father.
Correct. I don't want her doing that, period.
Right.
But, if she's going to do that, I don't want her to do that.
At a school. Then I'm paying for it. I'm paying room and board. How your ass out?
Right. Correct.
Okay.
I have been paying for your education.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting there posting your ass?
Right.
I didn't pay for that.
I'm body positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be positive.
You can be positive in the damn class. It's great.
Right. Take your fast food away.
Yeah, she know you were going to get that.
Welcome to death.
You gonna start selling that picture or something? No.
Y'all, this was good. I hope y'all liked the conversation today. Terica Williams, we weren't trying to get on that ass, girl. Everybody been talking about you all around the world.
I support you and I forgive you, and it's just a learning experience
for all of us, especially you. But we do congratulate you on reaching to the level that you have. Cheers up to you, girl. Absolutely.
Everybody can't say they got a master's degree,
baby.
A bachelor's,
a bachelor's, associate. The day before you get your ass, we can't say that, girl.
Yeah.
Cheers to you. Girl, shout out to you, okay? But next time, girl, you ain't gonna put some clothes on. I know. Lesson learned. I promise you, when you get 30 and look back, you gonna be like, girl, that's some wild shit.
Yep.
She can turn into
OnlyFans model.
It's our responsibility. If she does have a change of heart, I feel like it's our responsibility as society to be understanding and forgiving. That's all I'm saying. We got enough opinion. We got enough mouth to judge. We got enough mouth to. That's a different conversation, but I just feel like that if we got enough mouth to condemn or judge somebody, we should also have the same grace to forgive and be able to.
That's a slippery slope.
I feel like
and we all got socks on. I don't know about that one.
But y'all say that until y'all dirty deeds come up. Then y'all want to be forgiven and y'all want to be able to explain where I was in mentally. I was struggling. I didn't know.
But you can't be upset if she was like, hey, I'm sorry. Can y'all forgive me? And people were like, nah, your ass out now.
Well, everybody gonna say yeah, but we should be able to say something.
I bet it didn't have 50,000 likes.
A funny TikTok asking for please forgive me. Please.
I bet it didn't have 50,000 likes.
I didn't look at the likes, but I just saw her making a cap gown.
It's too late. If I give you my favorite plate, you drop it and be like, oh, here's another one. That's not my plate. You can't just replace it.
Well, I don't think there was any victims here outside of her, so I feel like at the end of the day, we ain't getting impacted by it. It ain't stopping our money. So what you holding on to?
Do y'all judge the photographer?
What he had? What was his? He was hired for a job.
Right.
Yeah, take the picture.
He was hired for a job.
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
Was he supposed to be lookout? Was he her guardian?
At the end of the
was he her guardian?
Whoa! This tone raise that you keep doing. I still see where the photographer play along. So they don't have nothing to do with it.
No.
Aren't they an accomplice?
How did he help pay for the pictures?
He didn't pay. He didn't pay for it. He helped take the pictures. He knew she was nude in a public place, in a school setting. Just saying.
That's like I'm going to get a tattoo of a bunny on my face.
That's your business.
I understand, but you don't blame the tattoo artist for giving me a bunny on my face?
Right.
No.
You're crazy. Yes, you do.
But some tattoo artists have the discretion to say,
right?
no, I'm not going to do that. And you making a bad decision.
You're wrong.
But if I come, don't do that.
You're wrong. You are
like, I'm getting this money. Okay, you want the money where? You want
It is up to the discretion of the tattoo artist, and it's also up to the discretion of the photographer.
You can't
whether
tell
they
me.
can accept.
If I came to you tomorrow and I was like, hey, you want to go get some lunch? And you see a big ass bunny on my face. You're like, who did that?
Right.
And
Why would you want to get that? That's the question. What the hell was you thinking?
But you're not going to put no blame on the tattoo artist.
No.
Not
unless I knew you was some kind of like flow, or if you was a little bit off a little bit. I'm like, yeah, they should have probably asked somebody.
You picked it out.
But if
You picked out the location. You took the time to think of the money. This sounds like a self-inflicted wound.
That's what y'all on.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't care about none of what y'all talking about right now. But
Pow, pow.
no, stop. Oh, no, y'all on some gold hoop earring ass bullshit. No, like y'all, no. You're not gonna put a whole bunch. You're gonna put some responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, no.
You're lying.
Nah, that's all on you, player. That's all on you, player.
That's no excuse.
Why would you do that?
Thank you.
No.
You're mad at somebody else because you chose some shit?
No.
Okay.
You embarrassed about it?
I'm good.
You tramp stamp it?
What I'm saying
That's the thing.
You got a tramp stamp on the back of your
You're supposed to do that.
y'all, I should knock all this shit over. Like so
That's all on you. That's all on you.
That's like a woman cheating and it be the man's fault.
Right.
You trying to compare your going to a tattoo shop? You saying, "Hey, bro, I want this bunny right on my left cheek."
It's the same principle.
You came in asking for it.
Who you yelling? I don't know what y'all on today, but that's not it.
You know what?
It's not. You ain't
It's
even
your fault.
analogy.
It's your fault I cheated on
You
you.
always got an analogy.
Don't do that. That's trash. That's trash.
How dare you blame
That's
someone else for a tattoo? You asked for it.
But what I'm saying,
At your location on your face that you said here.
what I'm saying is,
I want this here.
Yeah.
Wow. But you know what? Since you're putting it there that I asked for it, I'm gonna blame you.
I
What?
didn't say blame. They have responsibility in that. They did the tattoo.
Because they went to school for that.
You and
My tattoo artist didn't go to school for my
You know
tattoo.
what? I can't. You know
The
what?
only responsibility
I
that
can
tattoo
see
artist had was to talk to you and make sure you was okay with that decision. That's it. If you say, bro, I want this tattoo right here,
They
they
supposed
say,
to make sure
sure,
you're not in pain.
yeah, I'm sure. You gonna go ahead and get it.
That's boo boo dog trash.
You must got a tramp. He must got a tramp stamp that he kind of regret. He wish somebody would talk about it.
Somebody just
He got a tattoo on that little.
What you will not do. It's bald face. Bald face. Disrespecting.
You got something
And
that
we've
you
been
regret.
rubbing knees for an hour and a half. You gonna put some respect. I don't got no damn lower back tip. First of all, let me go
He
get.
was triggered by the tattoo artist.
I don't know what she on,
Everybody.
I'm
but
on
nobody.
the rose. It's okay. I'm not gonna judge you if you got a tattoo you're embarrassed about. I ain't mad
Somebody
at
messed up your tattoo? Chris, you got
Y'all
something?
funny.
Somebody messed up your tattoo?
Y'all funny.
No, I got no.
Wait till we get up
He
there.
said, "Oh, I got."
What you doing?
We definitely at our hour mark.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, as y'all see, it's been a crazy one today. I do want to thank our guest today, thank my co-host, JP, aka L'Oreal. Today. I appreciate our lovely men for our guests, even though, one of them was a bit of a handful, you know what I'm saying? A little extra, but.
At the end of the day, I bet she still hit me up.
You know what?
Are you done?
Not. So, like I said, Thanks up, Chris. I appreciate you for coming so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for all that you have to say. You know, everything that you had to say. Really,
you guys are really amazing. You guys are amazing. I miss being able to. I love being able to talk.
Yes.
Where can they reach you? Like on
TikTok.
your TikTok?
Yes, you guys can reach me on TikTok at cmitchell053. And you can see all the kind of content that I create.
And are you like, or can they hire you like maybe some voiceovers or some acting?
Hit me up on cmitchell053 at mail.com for any type of content that you would need created. I'll be 100% perfectly available for you.
Editing, photography, video. Yes, go on TikTok, check him out. See all his videos and content, see what he does. I promise you won't regret it. Now, this chocolate truffle over here.
It was good. It was good.
And no. So, thank you for coming today, man. We really do appreciate you. We enjoyed your conversation. You know, we thank you so.
It's always beautiful to be in your presence, Jasmine. I just want to.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you.
Whatever. It was a beautiful time. I loved the conversation. It was beautiful. I loved the people, and definitely have to do this again.
For sure.
I'm glad. I hope y'all do come back.
Yeah, this was fun. Because I can think of so many spin-off topics that we could have really dived into. We didn't have the time for it.
Let us know if you would like us to come back.
For sure.
Yes.
What's another topic? Y'all want?
So put y'all comments. Do y'all agree with her? You know, posting the picture, or you know, what is y'all take on it? We want to hear y'all feedback as well.
Definitely.
We just 4 people with an opinion.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ain't no right or wrong. Ain't no none. So how you feel in them comments? Also, where can they reach you?
Oh my gosh. Reach me. Instagram, Melanin King.
Hey, Melon popping, and come on.
And you don't have to follow me on TikTok, but I think it's cool that kid. I don't remember. I don't be on there enough. I'm on it, I am. But just reach out. I got you. I follow back.
Follow.
All right.
All right. Well, y'all know you can catch more episodes on Real Raw Let's Talk on TikTok. Also, you can follow me on Facebook at T Pretty Smile.
Because it is good.
So pretty. It's so pretty.
Look at it.
Also, on Facebook, Real Raw Let's Talk. And also, if you have any topics, if you also would like to be a guest, you can also go to realrawletstalk@gmail.com. Also, remember to go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz, y'all. Also, you can check us out on Spotify, Jazz. Where can they find you?
You gotta catch me in real life.
Amen.
Catch me in real life.
Amen.
Catch you in these streets.
That's it.
Yes.
I don't do social media.
Boom. Yes.
That's it. Find her on the street.
All
Get
right,
her.
y'all.
Say what's up.
How about that?
And then start honking at a stoplight.
Right.
Like, hey, my God.
Hey. I speak that. Look.
Okay.
I'm only bougie on my
Chip it
side.